the three-person ski lift suddenly stopped, leaving them suspended in midair. At first, they thought it was just a malfunction that would soon be fixed. But then, the lights along the cableway began to go out one by one, plunging them into darkness. It was only then that they realized something was seriously wrong. Lisa suddenly remembered it was Sunday. This ski resort only operated on weekends, which meant, if they had been forgotten, they could be stuck up there for 7 days. The three of them shouted in panic, but no one responded. Just then, snow began to fall from the sky, growing heavier by the minute. A blizzard was coming. The three had to huddle together, but still shivered uncontrollably from the cold. At that moment, a light appeared behind them. Someone was coming up in a snowplow to patrol the area. They shouted with joy, but the blizzard was too fierce. The patroller never imagined anyone would still be on the lift. He soon received a call to return to base, and began backing the vehicle down the slope. Realizing the danger, the three quickly threw down personal items, in a desperate attempt to get his attention, but the patroller never noticed, leaving the three in utter despair. By nightfall, icicles had formed along the ski lift. The temperature had dropped too low. The girl's face was beginning to suffer frostbite, and it wouldn't be long before it started to rot. Jack couldn't wait any longer. He pushed open the safety bar, determined to jump and get help. Swallowing his fear, he took a deep breath, but Jack had underestimated the height. The sound of bone piercing through flesh. His leg was shattered, and he could no longer move. Lisa threw down her thermal scarf, hoping it could stop the bleeding, but the wind blew it onto a nearby tree. Andrew took off his own scarf and tossed it down. It landed within Jack's reach, but when he stretched for it, the pain in his leg made him scream in agony. Andrew looked to the side. An idea struck him. If he could crawl along the cable to a nearby support tower, he might be able to reach the ground safely. Just then, Jack thought he heard a wolf howl. Andrew assured them the howl sounded far away, and he prepared to crawl along the cable. But his foot slipped. The lift was now completely iced over. They had to break off the ice before he could move forward. Down below, Jack clutched his face in pain, but suddenly sensed something was wrong. A wolf had appeared right in front of him, its sharp fangs bared, ready to strike. Jack trembled in terror. Lisa threw down a snowboard, startling the wolf and driving it away. Andrew shouted to Jack, "I'm coming down." He stood up and finally grabbed the cable. Looking down was terrifying, but he forced his stiff body forward inch by inch. Halfway through, he suddenly recoiled as if he'd seen something horrifying. Lisa asked what was wrong, and Andrew replied with only one sentence, "Don't look down." Below, a pack of wolves had surrounded Jack. There was no chance of survival. Andrew held Lisa's head tightly in his arms, as the wolves below tore into Jack. Compared to Jack's agony, the two above, listening to his screams, felt an even deeper sense of helplessness. Lisa's tears had frozen and wouldn't fall. She could only cry out in despair. The night passed. The two sat blankly in the lift, lost in grief, cold, and silence. With the mountains sealed by snow, they clung to each other, trying to share what little warmth they had left. At last, morning came. Lisa slowly opened her eyes, only to find that the iron bar she was holding was frozen to her hand, and she could no longer let go.